Hey, hello everyone. Welcome to this channel. So this is the second video of how do we use Jira for Agile project management. Okay. So last video we have seen how we create a free account on Jira tool, as well as how do we create a project, epics, user stories. And we have also seen how we create and start this sprint and also customize a sprint board. Okay. And now in this video, we are going to see how do we create a board with sample data. So once we create that board, you will see some product backlogs which are already by default, those get uploaded. So you can just play around with that data. And also we are going to see how you complete your sprint, how you create different reports. And also we are going to touch base on how you create a dashboard in Jira tool, okay, which you can share with different people to see or to share the status of your project. All right, so let's get started. So let me share my screen. And now let's first see how we create a board with some sample data. So just click on this three dot on active sprint. I'm now in active sprint. And if you click on this three dot, you will see create a board option. And here you have two options, Scrum and Kanban. As we are seeing Scrum, so just let's create a Scrum board. So instead of clicking on create a Scrum board, click on create a Scrum board with sample data. Okay, so I'm just clicking on it. It will ask you for the project name. It will also automatically generate your project name. If at all you want to change it, you can change it and just click on create a board, right? And now your project will get generated along with some sample product backlogs, some sample user stories, and that too, those user stories are properly written in user story format. Okay, like as a user, I can do this so that what I want to achieve. So if you see this project is created and you see these are the sample data. Okay, so what this will do is you will have some user stories in your backlog and you will have some stories in your sample sprint. So this sprint as well as this backlogs get automatically created, and also these are the backlogs in the these are the user stories in backlog. All right, so now you can definitely play around with this data if you want. And now let's go to active sprint. If you see this, now the sprint is already in progress, which is sample sprint 2. You see some of the user stories are in progress, some of them are some of them are to do, some of them have completed. So they are in done. And then, teams start working on those user stories. They pull the user story from to do to in progress. They all work on it and then they mark it as done, right? So they do it for, let's say, 2 weeks of sprint, if at all the length of your sprint is 2 weeks. And then once that is done, you can see here complete sprint button. Okay, so though it is saying 4 days remaining, I'm just showing you how you complete this sprint once your sprint is completed of 2 weeks. Okay, 2 weeks or 3 weeks, what all length you're following. Now click on complete sprint. And once you click on it, see, it will show you how many issues are done and how many issues are incomplete. Okay, and it will also ask you whether you want to move those incomplete issues in your new sprint directly, or you want to move it to the product backlog again. All right, so it's always recommended that the spillover user stories or the incomplete user stories you move to backlog, so that it will give you an opportunity, or it will give the developers an opportunity to again discuss on those incomplete user stories, just to check the priority of those user stories with your product owner, whether those who holds the same priority or not. And that way it will give you the opportunity to discuss on that rather than directly moving it to a sprint backlog or the next sprint. Okay, so I'll just select backlog here and click on complete. And once you mark it as complete, your sprint is closed. Now your sprint is completed, and automatically it will navigate to the reports section. Okay, so this is the burn down chart. This is the sprint report which got published automatically. So see, if you go to project again, here you will see a report section. So just click on this report section and all reports. Once you click on all reports, you will see different kinds of reports which are automatically available or which are default available in Jira. So like burn down chart, burn up, sprint report, you have velocity, CFD, version report, epic report, and a lot of other reports are there, release burn down. So we are going to just touch base on two reports over here. So one is burn down chart, right? So just click on burn down chart once. Okay, so here we are just going to see two reports. So one is burn down and the velocity chart. So if you just click on burn down chart, right, this report is created by default. And here you can select your sprint for which sprint you want to generate this report. So I've selected sprint 1, and here you also select, you can select whether you want to generate it based on your story points or your estimates or total issue count. That is completely depend on you. Okay, so if you see generally this report shows the amount of work left on each day of the sprint. So where the x-axis is the number of days in your sprint, and y-axis is number of story points which you have planned for those for that sprint. So if you see here, these are the 7 issues, and story points are 18. So you have started the sprint with 18 story points considering 7 issues, and this is the status of your sprint, right? So the gray line shows your ideal line. However, this red is your actual line based on the actual data, right? So this is the burn down chart. I'm not going to explain more in detail about this burn down chart. And now let's see the velocity report. So just click on velocity chart. Here you will see the velocity chart generated. Okay, here also it will give you the velocity of all the completed sprint, earlier completed sprints data. So this chart basically represents how many story points you have planned and how many of them you have actually completed. So committed versus completed data. So if you see this again, x-axis shows the different sprints which you had till date, and y-axis shows the number of story points. And this gray bar, this is nothing but your committed story points, and the green one is your actual story points, completed actual story point. And if you just scroll down here, you see sample sprint 1, you have committed 18 story points, but you could complete 16. For sample sprint 2 or for sprint 2, you committed 11 and you could complete 6, right? So this is the velocity chart, guys. Definitely you can use this chart to predict how many work item or how many work you can plan in the upcoming sprint based on your average velocity of your team. All right. So these are the two charts. And now let's quickly go to dashboard. So just click on this dashboard here. Just click on create dashboard here, and you can give any name for your dashboard. So I'll give test dashboard, for example. So this okay, so before that, now once you have given the name, you can give the description if you want. And then here is the privacy of this dashboard. So to whom you want to give access to this dashboard, that is based on this viewers and editors. So if you want to share this board with your management or with your team, definitely you need to add them here. Just need to select a group of people if you want, or you want to give the access to users, specific users, you can select users and then just click on add. You just click on add, and you have to add the name of that user, and you can add that user. So this is not coming up right now, some issue, but here you can just change the privacy of this board, who all can have the access and who all can view this. Same goes with editors, who all can edit this dashboard. Again, here you can see users or group, specific group of people if you want to give to access to, and that's how you set the privacy of this dashboard. And just click on save, and see your test dashboard is successfully created. Now it comes with some of the some of the default gadgets which are very important. So some of them are, pie chart is one of it. So if you just, written pie, and if you see the pie chart is here, and just click on add, right? See, now the pie chart got added over here, if you see, right? Now here you can select your project, for which project you want to generate the data. So generally this pie chart, you can use this to see the visual representation of different kind of data. So for an example, if you want to see the like who is working on what, or who is working on which user story in your current sprint, you can definitely see that. You just need to select assignee over here, and based on different type, you can generate different data. Even you can, if you want to see the different priorities or the high priority items of your current, for an example, current sprint, you can also do that by just clicking on this priority icon. Or if you just want to see how many stories are there in your current sprint and what is their status currently, you can also do that. You just need to select status over here. So let's create this pie chart. So here first you need to select the project, right? So the project name of our project name was sample Scrum Project A, right? This is the project which we have created. And now I have selected the status as the type as status, and just click on this checkbox update every 15 minutes, so that what all changes will happen on your Scrum board, that will get reflected here on the pie chart as well. Okay, and just click on save. Now, here you see this pie chart is generated and you have total 23 issues, and then their status is given, right? Like 10 is in to do, 9 is in done, 4 is in progress. But this data is for the complete project, but not this sprint wise data. Okay, because we have just selected the project. So how, what all sprints you have, or how many user stories you have under this project, it is giving the data of all of those user stories and product backlogs. But if you want to create a data or create this pie chart for sprint or some specific customized data you want to create, for that you will have to write a JQL query in Jira, and then you will have to use that query in this pie chart, and accordingly you can customize your pie chart. Okay, so this is one way, guys. And then you can also see sprint health report. So if you type sprint here, you will see here sprint health gadget. Just click on add. So this basically gives you the overall health of your sprint, your current sprint. Okay, so if I just select SSPA board, and okay, see, this gadget will give you the data, or this will give you the data for your current ongoing sprint. And if you don't have any ongoing sprint, this will not get reflected. Okay, so let me see if I have any ongoing sprint in any of those board, and accordingly I'll show you how it appears. Yes. See, in this board, I do have one sprint which is ongoing. So I'll just click on save. So you have to select the board. You have to select the sprint, which sprint data, which sprint health you want to see, and just click on save. Okay, no estimated issues, right? Since there is no data for that. But guys, this is the report, a very good report, just a basic report, which will definitely give you how many issues you have planned, how many percentage of time is elapsed in your current sprint, and how much percentage is your scope change. So you can use this report. Same way you can add your burn down chart, your velocity also on this dashboard. So if I just search burn down, here you can see a burn down gadget. If you search with velocity, I guess velocity chart is not there, but definitely you can pull that on your dashboard by writing that JQL, and you can show the visual representation of this different data on your dashboard, and you can share it with your management if at all you want that. What is the status of the current sprint? How many user stories are in progress to do? Who is working on what? Even you can have a risk register if at all you want, just to highlight what all current risk you are facing in your current sprint and who is working on those risks. But again, for that, you'll have to write a JQL and page that data and create a visual out of it on your dashboard. All right. So that's a basic about how you complete your sprint, how you create a board with sample data, some of the reports, and a dashboard part. So this is just a basic I have covered, guys, but there is, yes, lot more things to cover up. But for this video, that is it. And thank you so much for watching this video. If you like this video, please subscribe, share, and hit a bell icon and like this video, so that you will get the notifications for the other valuable contents, because I do post contents on Jira, Azure DevOps, Scrum, Agile, Scrum Master tips and tricks. So please do subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much.